I just need to build something to be able to tilt it up and down so that it can fit her hand, so she doesn't have to hold her hand weird to run the mouse on the computer. So since she does the editing for my videos, I want to make that as fun as possible. Well, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's a rainy Saturday morning and pretty dreary outside right now, so I'm going to do some projects in the shop and get a couple things done in here today. I'll show you out the shop window here. It's windy and it's rainy. Not super cold, probably 45 degrees maybe. So it's not super cold, but not fun to be outside when it's this nasty either. So first thing I'm going to do today is build a little mouse pad for my wife for the computer, where she can move it around and use it better. So she wants one that's adjustable, and basically it's just a base to set a mouse pad on, so you can use the mouse for the computer, and she wants to be able to rotate it so that her hand doesn't cramp basically. So I'm gonna see what I can do here to build an adjustable mouse pad. So right now I've got a piece of plywood here. I'm gonna start with that. Fairly thick. It's thick enough that it won't move around a lot on her. So anyway, I'm gonna cut a square out of this, and then I'm gonna figure out how to make adjustable feet for it. So we'll do that first, and then hopefully get on another project. Alright, so I'm going to draw this out. I kind of roughly measured the size of that mouse pad with just my hand. So looks like to right there, probably go about 8 inches by maybe 10, 8 by 10. So measure out 8 and 10. A handy dandy square. Man, that wind is getting with it outside. Now I just got to figure out how to make it adjustable up and down. Okay, that's sanded. Now I just need to build something to be able to tilt it up and down so that it can fit her hand, so she doesn't have to hold her hand weird to run the mouse on the computer. So since she does the editing for my videos, I want to make that as fun as possible. Alright, I got to build a little edge on this so that the mouse pad doesn't just slide off of it. So it's just got to have a little lip there to hold the mouse pad on, because it's going to be at an angle. So I'm going to go, this is a 5/8 piece sheet of plywood. So if I cut a piece, I'm going to cut a kind of a thin piece of aluminum that I can kind of sand to make it smooth enough where it's not like cutting your arm or something. Cut a piece of 3/4, then I can just kind of tack that in here and that'll hold the mouse pad, which is thicker anyway than that, but it'll give it a little lip so it doesn't slide off of there. So I got a chunk of aluminum here, so I'll mark this out. We'll cut a piece 3/4. I'll probably leave that radius in, and I'll cut another radius on this side just so we got a little lip sticking up there. But I'll cut a piece of that and so I'm gonna use a piece of strap as a hinge because she wants it adjustable, so probably the easiest way to do that is to hinge a piece underneath that can fold under and make it lay flatter. So probably at its highest we want to be about this angle, say a 3-inch piece. So I'll cut a 3-inch piece at 8 inches. So go 8 by 3. Say what you want about those old skill saws, but that saw is probably, I bet 30 some years old or better. It was my dad's, and he's bought a nicer one since then, but that old skill saw there has built a lot of stuff and it still works just fine. So we'll put this piece under here like this, and then it'll hinge back and this can lay. That way it's 2 levels. So we'll go under there like that. So I'll sand this one up real quick, and then I'm sure you could probably buy one of these off of Amazon for 10 bucks, but it won't be built like this. We'll sand this real quick. So now I've got this piece cut. This is going to be our hinge, and it's stiff enough that it's going to want to go straight, so that'll keep this kicked out as a hinge, and then you can fold it under like that. It'll be this piece on there, this on there. That'll make a different height. So put this out kind of close-ish to the edge. We'll screw this down and then screw it to that. And then that way it can hinge this way, and she can still have a different height. So here's the finished product. It's got a little kickstand. So if you want to fold it up, you just do this, flip this around. Now it sits at a different angle. Take that back off. That kicks up. Now it's at that angle. So we'll go in and see if she likes that, and I'll let you know.